Treyarch killed COD. Yeah. Okay. Leave window. I agree with some of that. We are live, boys and girls. Welcome to the Dropshot Call of Duty podcast, episode number 531. My name is Casey, also known as Razinon.
Yeah.
I'm joined by Tanner. And
Bates is so funny. Big Dogger got a Starfield shirt on.
Did he call this a Starfield shirt?
Starfleet? What did he say? Starfleet shirt? Okay.
I don't know what Starfleet is. It's a fucking it's the Millennium Falcon, man.
That's a Millennium Falcon.
It's pronounced Falcon, by the way. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah.
Americans will say Falcon sometimes, and that bothers me. Yeah, I've heard that a lot.
Millennium Falcon. Interesting. I'm not a Star Wars nerd, so you would hear that.
I just mean the word Falcon. I'm not even talking about necessarily the Millennium Falcon. The Millennium Falcon. And it bugs me.
I got some info for you, man.
Oh, no.
We're now at the second lowest average player count in the last 30 days on Steam of all time. Second only to March of this year.
Wow.
So the game is dead again. And the peak players in the last 30 days is the fourth lowest it's ever been over a 1 month period on Steam.
Raj, I received that. Cool.
Oh, Steam's only a small portion of the player base. I know. I get it. But hey, there were 313,000 peak when the
You're
game
comparing
launched, so
Steam to Steam. Yeah, exactly.
Comparing Steam to Steam. So hope that helps.
Yeah. That's a representative piece of data. We need fucking Mike B, I think, the statistician, to explain to people why that is relevant and does matter, and why saying, but that's just Steam, is fucking retarded. So get on that, Mike, or whoever the statistician was. I don't have the greatest memory. I do, but you get it. I don't know. Welcome to the show. All right, today we have season fucking 4 fucking reloaded patch notes.
Yes.
And the update has gone live. So we do have a couple things to talk about. The official patch notes, obviously, and then some other kind of interesting things related to this update. So, spoiler alert, is it a good update? It seems to be fine. It seems to be fine. If you read the Season 4 Reloaded blog post or listen to our ep about it, then you already know what to expect. So that's, in some sense, quite good, because that means it was not a complete buggy disaster like it very may well could have been. So that's good, but also they didn't surprise re-release Vondel or something, which is truly the last bastion of hope for this year for COD that I have. That is the last break glass in case of emergency in my book for this entire year of Warzone, is fucking gimme Vondel back now. There's nothing else in the realm of possibility they could do for this year that would even remotely interest me, honestly, for reasons we've talked about, like, we're just getting Verdansk rehashes sometimes and some new guns. Got it. So anyway, whatever. I've talked that to death. So yeah, we have the patch notes. We're going to go over those. First and foremost, Callum DB, our newest gold patron. Welcome, fuck pig, to the Patreon. And it's great to have you. Slam. I don't know. Thank you, Callum. Very kind of you. Patreon.com/Dropshot. Ad-free, early access, and bonus eps. Now, and Callum's better than most of you, so keep that in mind. We're going to get into the patch notes. So, as far as announcements go, by the way, for this week, none really. Bog standard week. Schedule's posted. You know the vibes. Let's crack right in. Crack into it, as the British would say. But I said it better because I don't have an English accent. obviously. So, Warzone patch notes reloaded. Call of Duty Season 4 reloaded patch notes July 1st. So we got these patch notes 2 days ago. Since then, obviously, the update has gone live. We're going to go through some of this stuff, but as usual, we're not going to go into great meticulous detail on all of it. And we are particularly going to gloss over things we already knew from the blog post that we covered last week, which was a lot. So here we go. Beavis and Butthead are in the game. Got it. The train is on Verdansk. It's got to buy a UAV tower, but the UAV tower is disabled in BR ranked. LOL. Havoc Royale LTM. Do not care and did not ask. And now we have a few more details on Resurgence Casual, because this was one of the questions Tanner and I had when we went over the blog post. Was I wonder, I'm the guy who wonders of Rebirth Island, how many players versus bots there are, or
I
will
think
be
we were correct, man.
in Resurgence Casual. And as we predicted exactly and precisely, because what we said, if I recall correctly, which I do, is that, oh, there's going to be 12 real players exactly and 32 bots exactly. And that turns out to be the case. Yeah. So, as usual, never wrong. Sometimes early, often early. The casual fucking experience comes to Resurgence in the mid-season, mixing humans and bots in a fight to the finish.
Wow.
So yeah, 12 players and 32 bots. So to be clear, this proportion is more player heavy than BR casual, to my knowledge. Because I think we did the math, and BR casual was, what was it? 20, 30 real players? I don't know. I don't remember. But this makes sense because if you were going to have the same proportion, we talked about the math last time. For Resurgence Casual, there would be like 2 people on the map. Like, it would just be retarded. Like, it just wouldn't make any sense. So this is still definitely quite casual. I mean, 12 players in teams of 1 to 4 means either 11 other teams if it's solos, or only fucking 2 other teams.
What is in right now? Resurgence Casual. It's only quads, so.
Okay, so right now,
I wonder if it'll only ever be quads.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just 3 teams.
I
wouldn't doubt it. Well, no, they'll mix it up at some point.
Yeah, this is only 2 other real teams in the whole game.
If it goes to solos, would they change the number of players, you think? Because that's only 2 other teams.
Right, exactly. It's insane. Yeah.
That's insane. Yep.
I mean, think of all the space on Rebirth Island, like that people usually are. There's like all of prison, control, decon. He lists POIs. You get it.
We're aware. Yeah.
That's
we're aware
like
of POIs on the map.
That's for only 2 other teams in the whole fucking map. That's kind of insane. But this is what the people wanted, so they're getting it. I'm very curious to see what their gay little study. And it's fine to be gay, as a reminder. It's just fun to say that. Oh, it isn't Pride Month anymore, right?
Oh, it's not. Yeah, fuck the gays. Yeah, that's what we always say after the Pride Month ends.
After Pride Month, yeah, that's a joke, obviously. Anyway, yeah, that what I'm most interested in is their fake, obfuscating, dishonest little stats blurb they're gonna write in a couple weeks on the player numbers or count or whatever, however they want to spin that. That'll be the most interesting thing here, obviously. So anyway, yeah, and then they have more details on ranked. So yeah, here's the playlists for this week. And we do have casual quads on Rebirth, and then casual quads and solos on Big Map.
By the way, don't list ranked play Resurgence as ranked play : res. That bugs me a fucking lot. Look at the playlist update. Well, I don't like that, man. Huh? Yeah, that's annoying. That's a dumb looking word. It's a dumb looking. It's a dumb 3 letters combined right there. I don't like that.
Yeah, I do like RSRG.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Ranked play Surge.
Well, That would be bad too, but that's fine.
I mean, the thing that I always say is if you play Resurgence casual and you don't have a genuine disability, then you're just an absolutely disgraceful stain on humanity. So that's what I always say. Those are my own thoughts.
Those are not Limundo's thoughts. Those are yours. Got it. All right. So ranked Resurgence. They write a lot of words that are big as fuck and intimidating, and I can barely read.
Oh my god! I will give you the cue for that.
I will give you the TLDR though. Okay. It's trios, 45 players on Rebirth. SR is entirely team-based now. So you can get hard carried as motherfuck.
Oh, really?
You can go 0-70, and if your team wins and your Biffle's your teammate and he gets 45 kills, you're going to get 3 billion SR for that game by being
Welcome
nothing.
to iridescent Razinon.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Jake, fire up that fly digi fucking now.
You can actually just AFK it. It's possible to get iridescent while AFKing every match in ranked Resurgence. That's crazy.
You can get iridescent rather easily. In fact, you can get top 250 genuinely without ever getting a kill if you have two friends that really like you and are really good.
Yeah.
Actually, like Biffle and fucking Shifty can get anyone on Earth who can fire up the application without crashing top 250. Yeah. Now, to be clear, that's kind of funny, but I also think this is good because that's not a huge problem. And also, if people wanted to cheat the system to get top 250, you know what they do instead? Literally cheat, obviously. Shout out TTV Moon, by the way, who I'm sure is already top 250, but we'll revisit that when he once again crops up, which he will. So I think this is actually a good change because it is a team game, as the stackers love to say. Yeah. And it gets a little too squirrely trying to do all the horse shit they've tried with ranked Warzone, Resurgence, and Big Map over the last, 2 or 3 years, where it's like, oh, okay, you get assist SR and it's pi squared number of points versus finishing them yourself. If you shoot them in the foot once before they go down, then you can, exponentially, whatever. Listen, I don't want to do calculus. I just want to do well as a team, and then we win. And that's how it really should be, I think, for Big Map and Resurgence. So I think this is actually a fine change, and I don't think boosting is going to be any significant problem. And even if it is, it's more of a problem. Again, the rampant cheaters and the people teaming where there is a team of 14 or 18 people in one game of Warzone. That shouldn't be possible. Those are the real problems, not this. Although I don't think anyone's really complaining about this anyway, at least not yet that I've seen. So I think that's good. Another thing they've done is there is no longer a death fee on ranked Rebirth, which there used to be, which also was pretty stupid. Not totally stupid. I kind of see the impetus for why they'd want to do that. But Resurgence is a respawn game mode, so you really shouldn't have a death penalty. It should just be how many kills you can get. Team wipe bonus SR probably would be good too. I don't know if that was ever implemented. And how well you place. That should kind of be it, especially for Resurgence, because you respawn. Like, it would be weird if you're playing like CDL Hardpoint, a respawn game mode, and you lose like 5 seconds worth of points whenever someone dies. Like, that's insane. That's retarded. Like, this is not the point of the game. The point of the game, I'm going to die. That's like, I will die on purpose sometimes, or like make a stand where I know I'm going to die. Because it's a respawn game mode, and that's fine. So I think getting rid of the death fee shit is also good. And then beyond that...
It makes sense, I think, for the mode.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And then beyond that, nothing else has really changed. They've changed some numbers here and there with like the deltas. So, if you kill someone that's like way higher or lower rank than you, you get different amounts of points. Maybe the placement points have changed here and there, but those are like the big things. And I actually think both of those changes are good. So I think this is a way better way to do it, especially on Rebirth / for Resurgence. Now give us Vondel ranked, and then we're cooking. And I'll play it.
Would you? Would Vondel pubs make you play the game again? Not even ranked.
Yeah, actually.
Vondel would give me to launch the game, actually. Yeah, that would make me launch the game.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly.
I might close it immediately, but I would launch it at least and think about
Vondel would get me to get Mixie in there for at least one half of one game. So anyway, this is all pretty good stuff. Yeah, so cool. I'm also very curious, by the way. A lot of people are playing Ranked Rebirth right now because it's like back, whatever. Streamers, I mean. But I'm curious in like a month how many like anyone will be playing it. I don't think it'll be a lot. So anyway. Yeah, so no death penalties. And then same rule set as like BR ranked. So if there's no rocket launchers in BR ranked, nor will they be in
dang it.
Ranked Rebirth. Another thing that I'm actually pretty sure they just didn't put in these patch notes is there are balloons again on Rebirth.
Yeah.
And the fucking portable, I don't know if it was portable balloons or the recon drones or both, or the redeploy drones or both. But the big thing there, regardless, is like their balloons are back. I don't know if it's just for Ranked Rebirth or for all Rebirth, but it's a really good change. If it's for all of Rebirth, I feel like Rebirth, again, it's supposed to be a different game mode. It should be different. Really needs balloons for pubs, casuals, and ranked. So I don't know if it got all of those got that, but at least ranked did, which is really good. And yeah, I'm getting live comms from chat that the balloons suck and they have no forward momentum. Classic. Just give us the balloons that we've already had is what I would say. But if they didn't do that, it's at least better than nothing. But yeah, I don't know. So. But also the rewards are exactly the same for Ranked Resurgence as they are for Big Map Ranked.
Yeah.
So there's no incentive to play both.
There's no incentive to do anything other than just play casual mode. Yeah.
That's what they're saying, huh?
That's what they're saying. Yeah. They've just fallen straight off a fucking cliff.
Who?
A 9,000 foot cliff too that just so happens to be standing there. The devs, they just fell directly
the devs.
off of it. I don't. Yeah, right. They don't try anything. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
a bunch of them got laid off, by the way, and I wish it was just the whole studio. Just shut every COD studio down and beg of you.
Who got laid off exactly? What studio?
Oh, Xbox laid off a shit ton of people. From Raven had layoffs again. High Moon had layoffs. Actually, one of the guys that was like towards the top of Raven, his name was Tully Auckland, who we've talked about before on the show. He's worked there, a long time. Him and Ted back in the day were two big names. He was like one of the creative directors. He was laid off.
Oh, wow.
But
well, we are lacking in creativity, so that does kind of track, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
It does kind of suck. Yeah. Like, I mean, I don't know how many people. Yeah, I don't know. On the one hand, like, who the fuck is gonna get like iridescent in both Rebirth and Big Map? I feel like that person like barely exists. But so like having them the same, I actually don't think is that big of a deal. But on the other hand, maybe more of those people exist than I think. Or and also, it really wouldn't be that hard. Like let's really leverage the final good department at all of Activision's dev studios, which is the art department, and have them spend 2 days max, by the way, making some slightly different like operator skin rewards and camos and calling cards.
Just have AI do it. Yeah.
Or have AI do it. Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah. So anyway, with all that said, though, I think this is, if you're going to bring back Ranked Rebirth, I think pretty much everything they did was good. other than maybe having separate rewards. But I really also just don't think that's a big deal at all. Because I don't think a person exists who's going to be going for both, who's like not a streamer, and the streamers are going to play regardless. So, all right, loot and economy. I don't know why I said it like that. New weapons are added to ground loot. Got it. The care package kill streak is in, and we have updated lootable perks. They are as follows. None of them are particularly interesting, except like reactive armor maybe, because that's a perk that if it's free, it's better than nothing, I guess, but whatever. And bird's eye actually is a lootable perk. That's pretty fucking annoying, as a matter of fact. Yeah. Depending on how common it is, and lootable perks are really not that common at all on big map, unless they've changed it. But like that makes Ghost a lot worse, because no one really runs bird's eye. So if you are running Ghost, you're pretty certain that if you're moving, no one knows you're there unless there's an advanced step, which ostensibly you would now know, so you'd have that information. But now someone's gonna die thinking they were safe because there wasn't an advanced popped and they're ghosted and moving, and then they get rolled up on, only to learn or figure out, oh, that guy just found bird's eye and I'd lost because of it. Like that will happen lots of different people, but it won't happen to one person lots, I don't think, because I don't think ground loots or perks are very common. But it's just a stupid fucking idea. Take out lootable perks, obviously. Okay, this one is big also for big map. Most wanted contracts will now only begin appearing after the first fucking circle has ended. Wow.
Yeah, interesting.
A lot of the I was watching some vids this morning as well. Swag, Repulse. I think I watched one more from somebody. I'm forgetting who. Kind of talking about the update. And they both said this, which honestly I agree with. They were in support of this because the strat is the game starts, everyone lands on a separate most wanted contract, loots up for 10 seconds, and then like buys a loadout for free.
It's too easy.
And there's no danger at all. Yeah. And it's like, at that point, why even have them? Because like their design intention was for it to be like a way to get people back and for there to be some danger there. Whereas like right now, it's just not used that way.
Or it's almost like...
That's how we used to use them, by the way. Like in Verdansk, like in 2020, we would do most wanteds and we'd get in a helicopter and fucking float because our whole team is dead. Like that's how they used to be used, but then they made them so good that everyone was just getting them off rip. So the best solution, I think, is just don't have them spawn first circle, just like they don't have supply drops spawn or supply runs spawn first circle.
Yeah, because they became too easy too. Because like if you could lower the timer by say just opening chests, it wouldn't be so bad. But the fact that you can, like, there's duffel bags, there's chests, it's just there's too many things to open in the game,
cabinets,
and they just became way too it was entirely too easy. I would almost just rather see them go back to just like they're available at the start, but nothing reduces the timer. And
just you have the old school way, huh?
If you want to grab it, you have 4 minutes or whatever it is, 3 minutes, 4 minutes of just staying alive.
You know what's a better solution?
That would lead to more fights, I think, early game too. People actually would chase those people down
because they're on the for like 3 minutes. I think the best solution and what we will have by season 5 is you pick up a most wanted and a bunch of bots swarm.
Oh yeah, and you have to fight them off.
Yeah. And they couldn't be easier to kill, obviously. So then it feels like, oh, it's challenging.
Yeah.
Oh man, just great fucking stuff. Below outlines the final circle in which various contracts will spawn on the map. No more contracts at all spawn once the fourth circle ends. Okay. So after circle 3, there's no more bomb plants or supply runs. That's actually pretty early for supply runs to be gone, by the way. It's not that early because it's the end of circle 3. But that's like a lot of the times I want to do a supply run, I feel like it's after that. Maybe half the time at least. So that's actually pretty substantial. And then most wanteds after circle 4, along with bounties and big game bounties. I actually really like the bounties one, because bounties really late game are incredibly strong, especially if there are only like 4-5 teams left. You find a bounty, or like next circle, whatever closes or appears, whatever, and the new contract spawn. And it's like, oh fuck, there's a bounty right here. Pick that up. You just get free intel on someone. Like there could be no buy stations left, but you find a bounty contract and you're getting really good intel on where another team is. I've always kind of thought that's pretty cheesy. It's not like a huge deal, so I've never like thought to talk about it, I guess. But when it happens, I always think like, damn, this is really strong. So not having those ultra late game, I think is actually quite good. But then most wanteds also, it's like, okay, so you can see them in circle 2, 3, and 4. That's it. I feel like most wanteds, you should just, okay, fine, wait till circle 2 before they can spawn, but then let them spawn for the rest of the game. If you're picking up a most wanted in 5th circle, you're going to get your shit run down so fast. Like it's not going to work. Like you will die. You're marked on the map and it's a small ass circle by then. I don't think that's really necessary, but all in all, I don't think it's ultimately that big of a deal. So yeah. Anyway. Oh, and they've also doubled the monetary payout for killing a most wanted target. So you incentivize pushing those more. That's cool. Yeah. I like that. Okay. So we have the new perk Loot Master, doesn't matter, and didn't ask. They're still trying to make reactive armor work, and it never will.
Yep.
It now regenerates up to full armor over about 35 seconds. First of all, and most importantly, why is it about 35 seconds? You changed the perk. Why didn't you make it exactly 35 seconds? Did it need to be 34.782 seconds? Or whatever the actual number is? No. Could have been exactly 35, but they didn't want to do that. Not a big deal. It's just fucking insane. You are in charge, buddy. Did you want it to be 34.92 seconds instead? Is that meaningful? Doesn't make any fucking sense. Nothing they do makes sense, but in this case, it doesn't really matter. Because the perk is utter dog shit always, regardless. Because again, in 35 seconds, I'm gonna just plate or be dead anyway. Hope that helps. I hope that helps. Yeah. Obviously. So, anyway. And then Tracker got a substantial nerf. You can't have 5 people marked anymore. You can only have 1. And also the duration was decreased of how long they're highlighted from up to 5 seconds down to 1 second, and from up to 7.5 seconds down to 3 seconds. So that is a substantial, significant nerf. Yeah. Really strong, heavy nerf. And maybe it was warranted. I don't really know. I don't know how many people were running Tracker, to be honest with you, but it's a lot worse now. I don't think the number of people marked matters that much, because you're not going to be really like relying on that. But like 3.7 to 1 second mark time, that's big. Because there'll be times like you'll be missing shots, and if you miss for longer than a second, they lose their highlight. You're probably never finding them again, and they're going to get away. Whereas before, like, they wouldn't have or whatever, you know? So, yeah.
Yeah. It is still just good for overall visibility, so people aren't blending in as well with the background. Like, even if you're hitting every shot, like, you know, they're going to be lit up the whole time, which is nice for visibility, especially if you play on K-BAM and, you know, ever have trouble seeing people.
Right. Travis, frame rates are client side, buddy. They're not server side. Unless they're regenerating your armor client side, which whatever, would be insane. But I don't know anything, as we've established, so who knows? Anyway. Grenadier equipment is now deployed faster. So you throw your shit more quickly. Don't really think that matter. Actually, you know what? I wonder how much faster. Because if I can get a thermite out in a 2020 amount of time versus the fucking amount of time it is now, that's actually pretty significant. So I do wonder how much faster. And I also wonder, although probably not, but I also wonder, would you also be able to like throw a smoke or a stun or stim faster? This implies yes, although I don't really believe that. The patch notes are just unclear and shit as usual, is my guess. But if you can also throw your smokes faster, then that also doesn't really matter. But like if you could throw a stun faster, that would potentially matter a lot. So interesting. And then the health regen delay, when you get hit by someone who's using Grenadier with an explosive, reduced from 5 to 3 seconds. I think that's fine. I don't think that's almost never relevant in real life. So in the game, in real life, you get it. Okay, let's see. Bomb Squad now applies damage reduction when you hit yourself with explosive damage. Got it. So that's for the casual players.
Got it.
And you get a 45 instead of 30% damage reduction on that. Restock is a 60-second instead of 50-second regen timer. Scavenger nerfed $1,500 to $1,000 off a kill. And Reflex's explosive delay time increased from 1.5 to 1.6 seconds. Oh, this change is intended to give players just enough time to react in moments like reaching the top of an ascender where a prox mine will be waiting for you. Good idea. Doesn't matter if there's also a shock charge up there, which there always will be. So
that's a shock charge.
Got it. Yeah. And I have clips of that happening to me in the cord. So from recently. It wasn't. New weapons don't matter. New attachments also don't matter. So yeah, no one has said anything about any of this because they're awful, obviously. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Gulags that have pistols will now have a red dot, a compensator, and extendos. Fine. And then some other default loadout changes. So again, for the casual player base, that's fine. And then some weapon adjustments. So there's a lot here. I'm going to read every single word here. I'm not.
Dude, I think every single gun was touched, basically.
So what they did, it looks like, is for virtually every gun except the exception we will cover, is they didn't touch like any gun's base values. So like they did a lot to the AK, but none of it is to the base AK. It's all to specific attachments. And the way in which these attachments were changed for the AK, they were changed very similarly, if not identically, for the same list of attachments for every other gun. So interesting. I see why they did it this way, because like rapid fire changed, 5 to 8% for the AK, but 5 to 10% for the Krig. So they had to like list it by gun instead of attachment. I'm guessing that's why they did it that way. I'm not really sure what they were trying to accomplish, because like a lot of these attachments just no one uses. Maybe that's why they're doing it, because they want people to use them. But like rapid fire buff, recoil springs buff, gain twist barrel buff, short barrel buff, compensator buff, ported compensator buff, muzzle brake buff, just a bunch of buffs to a bunch of attachments, basically. So will this change the meta? Almost certainly not, but in terms of like what attachments you'll want to use, but there you go.
Probably makes all the guns feel a little bit better, which is one of the things
probably
I like about
good.
the game. But it's, I mean, the improvements aren't huge across the board, but a few percentage here and there to a bunch of different attachments. By the time you build your gun up, it might feel noticeably better. Yeah. The vast majority of these attachments, though, like no one's using anyway. Like no one's using rapid fire, and they're not going to start now. Yeah.
No one's using short barrel, and they're not going to start now. No one's using ported compensator, and they're not going to start now. Like a lot of this shit. Fast motion laser, target laser. Like a couple of them, like combat stock, gain twist barrel. People use those. Recoil springs, some people use those. It's like some of this matters a little bit, but it's not that crazy. So yeah. And I mean, they just list every single fucking gun. Holy shit. And then the Krig is an exception to this. It had some of its base values changed. Maximum damage range reduced by 5 meters, 44 to 39. So not that big of a deal. And then basically the same shit with its second and third damage ranges. Just lowered the damage range by about 5 meters on each. But I mean, what matters here really, minimum damage range, 55 base to 49 base. Not huge. Not really huge. And the word on the street is the meta is exactly the same now, despite this Krig insubstantial nerf, which is not terribly surprising because before the Krig was out, the AMAX was the dominant gun, and then they did a big patch and buffed the AMAX. Got it. I've got it. So at least they're going in the right direction this time, but it wasn't enough to change the meta at all. So it seems to still be the Krig and LC-10 are like the meta Warzone guns, or the DM-10 evidently is like a menace also in Warzone.
Yeah, DM-10
some people
is apparently busted OP. Yep.
Yeah. I don't know when that happened, I'm going to be honest.
I don't know, but they all started, I keep hearing about it when it comes to World Series of Warzone. Every single one of them is basically like, we have to get this gun out of World Series of Warzone because it's very toxic.
Yeah, I've been seeing that. So
yeah, I don't know how many people are actually using it in pubs, but
right. But regardless, meta's the same. So, and the map is the same also, in case you guys were wondering. But anyway, yeah, they did some other, to be fair, Krig nerfs. Like arm multi, 5% lower. ADS movement speed, a little tiny bit slower, like 9% slower. Some other little things, but they still did all the attachment buffs for the Krig that we've been, kind of looking at. And it still seems to be the best option right now. So I think what they need to do for the Krig, that still probably wouldn't be enough, but would also help. Why does it have a 70 round mag when everything else is 60? Like, that's not what's like making it the best gun, but it certainly helps having 10 extra rounds. Like, yeah, part of why the Extreme M4 was so good was because you had a 100 round mag. Now, obviously 40 extra is bigger than 10 extra, but still, like, it, it's pretty decent. And for what reason? Like, why? I don't know. I would have started there, but I also wouldn't have put bots in every mode, so I'm the stupid fuck. So anyway, and then they did the same shit with the attachments for the SMGs, and the LC-10 is still meta, and I hope that helps. Yeah, just lots of fucking words that are big and intimidating.
Yeah, it's actually way too many words.
So many words.
Victus Sniper now is one shot infinite.
Good for them for putting all of this down. I respect it. I'm not going to read it, but I respect it.
Yeah.
Provided, of course, this is all true. So, was the jump sprint to fire improvement increased from 7 to 26%? If true, good. If not, that'll bother me a lot. But who knows? Who's testing all this shit? No one. No one is anymore. Because does it matter if my jump sprint to fire improvement is increased from 7 to 26% against a bot who I'm going to kill anyway, no matter what? Probably not, so I won't notice or care. No one's testing it, so who knows? Hopefully it's right. And then some other shit. Just so many words that are big as fuck and intimidating. By the way, DM-10 not nerfed at all. Same changes everything else got. Buffs to attachments. Got it. Some interesting stuff here, though. Snipers. With this fucking update, we're focusing on the sniper class by bringing several options and transforming the Victus into an infinite range, one-shot headshot weapon. These changes are designed to give each sniper a distinct role and support a variety of playstyles. we'll keep a close as fuck eye on performance. Okay.
Yeah.
So they did some other things. Mainly what they did, though, is, again, they made, like they just said, the Victus one-shot headshot, any range, which is cool, I guess. So there you go.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah, and then some other things. Oh, nail gun buff. 15 to 20 nails in the...
Oh, wow, dude.
In the
Really?
nail clip. I don't know what you would call it.
Increase the nail
well.
gun ammo count from 15 to 20. Wow.
Yeah, that's incredible stuff. Yeah. And then the Siren with the lightweight foregrip now has 65% idle sway improvement instead of 60.
Oh,
so I would just love to know. We've opined about this for years now, but I would just love to know. Here's the latest example. I'm sure there were more. Why? So, like, why? No one is using the Siren, really. And, like, why are we targeting one specific attachment's idle sway improvement by 5%? Like, I don't get who's ever... What dev was looking at the lightweight foregrip and was like, this has 5% too much idle sway with this attachment. Let's change it. I just don't get it. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe it's in line with all the other ones. Like, did the lightweight foregrip get changed for everything else? Because then that would make more sense. Oh, let's see. I actually have to see this now because I'm gonna freak the fuck out if they didn't do that. Okay, they did. Okay, so they did it for all the guns, so that explains that. All right, fine. That's fair. I take it back. All right, UI improvements, adjustments. Enemy choppers will now display an icon even when flying at extreme altitudes directly above the player. Got it. Previously, they'd disappear if it was too high despite being overhead. I actually didn't know that, and that's a good change.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, this never should have been the case, so it's good that it's not the case anymore. Yeah. And then bug fixes. Let's see. Fixed an issue where the black cell.
Back cell. Yeah.
Back cell, excuse me. Yeah, they wrote back cell. That's, yeah, I think they meant black cell. Who knows? Yeah, nothing really. Oh, fixed an issue that resulted in players missing their weapon upon redeploy after a jailbreak. Got it. Thought we fixed that one fucking months ago. But I guess not. I guess not, because I remember that happening to me fucking seasons ago, right? Oh, jailbreak. I can't use a single gun. Got it. I thought that was fixed fucking seasons ago. Guess not.
Yeah.
So now they've said they fixed it. Where have I heard that before? Quick fix. And I will never forget or forgive the miscarriage of justice that is their treatment of quick fix. Never. I'll never forget or forgive. So who knows if that's fixed, but whatever. And that's it. That's it as motherfuck. And like I said, the weapon meta is still the same. So no one's using the Victus. No one's not using the Krig. That's it. And to be fair, it is like a mid-season update. So what can you hope for? That's not supposed to be some huge sweeping thing. That's kind of true in terms of like new content, because we really didn't get any new content. We got a fucking pickaxe, so we got another knife skin, and we got a meme shotgun. A double barrel shot, the Olympia meme shotgun that who cares? Doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
So we got like no new content, but like, okay, it's a mid-season update, sure. What we usually used to expect from mid-season updates wasn't new content, or like a ton of new content anyway, although you'd hope for a new gun or two that is actually relevant. Didn't get that, fine. But we would expect, usually, a sufficient balance pass such that we can get some new guns in the mix. Let's get mixy with the fucking aims, or pick a gun that's not the M4 or Krig or AMAX. Like, we could have buffed the fucking Kilo some more, maybe. Or the Growl. Or something. Anything. But we still have the same weapon meta. So, like, yeah, it's a kind of lackluster in terms of new content. Fine. But it's also lackluster in terms of new anything. Game feels kind of exactly the same. I will give them credit that if there are now balloons on Rebirth, that's a huge W for Rebirth. And this is probably a very substantive update if you're a Rebirth player, especially if you're a Rebirth casual player. You're probably coming deeply inside of your own pants. Cool. But that's kind of it. And if you're not a Rebirth player, you really didn't get shit. Because, yeah, again, like a mid-season updates of the past, the game would actually feel kind of different after. But, like, if I played the day before Season 4 Reloaded on Verdansk and the day after, hey, they're the same picture. You know what I mean? It just isn't, nothing happened. So, not the end of the world, I guess. But, like, for me, boy, game was stale before, so fuck me, I would have loved a change. I would have loved a fully automatic rocket launcher just to mix things up.
To make you feel something.
Just to make me feel one thing one time playing Call of Duty Warzone, because I feel empty if I boot the game up, which is why I don't. Because same shit-ass, buns-ass map, same shit-ass, buns-ass map changes, same shit-ass, buns-ass weapon meta. Got it. So,
yeah,
you know, whatever. But again, on the bright side, they didn't fuck the entire game this time, which they did with like Season 3 Reloaded. So that's good, I guess. Yeah. It's something. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's a bog standard update. Just nothing again. Nothing going on.
Yeah. The reality
nothing
is
meaningful.
Yeah. Yeah. Nothing at all. The reality is, I think this is actually a way bigger update than I am giving it credit for, because Rebirth casual or Resurgence casual, I think it's going to be a smashing record-breaking by Season 4 standards event or update for them. I think a lot of people are going to be like, oh, we're fucking cooking now. There exists, and I want you guys to think about this, and maybe you're one of them. I want you to picture this, okay, because this is a fact. There exists a group chat somewhere in some collections of mobile devices in this country of 35-plus-year-old men who are saying something to the effect of, oh shit, boys, today's the day, Rebirth casuals, let's fucking go. With multiple gifts, and then someone saying, yep, just gotta pop by the liquor store, get my 12-pack of Modelo's, get home, slap my bitch around a little, and I will be on to fucking cook with you on Rebirth casuals, and I couldn't be more excited. I'm dead ass serious. That is a real group text conversation happening right now.
Yeah.
In multiple group chats. So for those people, big update. And good. Good for them, genuinely. I might sound a little derisive about this, and honestly, I am, because that's fucking insane. I can't conceive of being in that group chat, but genuinely, good for them, and smart play by the devs. Because it's not hard to do, but it's going to be super impactful for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So, and if you're in that group chat, I envy you. And I'm not joking. I envy you. I wish I would be, I wish I could be excited about that.
That's what you're most excited for, is beating women, by the way.
Oh, wow, man. Come on.
That's a woman beater.
So anyway.
Yeah. This update did nothing. Hope that helps.
Yeah, for like a real player that is not a casual lover, it's just like a shit ass update, but you're not the audience. You're not who they're doing anything for this game for. So for those people, I'm genuinely happy for you, and yeah, you're getting what you're getting. So now we have a couple other little things to go over. Some quasi hidden patch notes, among other things. Almost all of this is funny as fuck to me. I'm going to be honest. And we're going to go through all of them. So first here, just to reiterate, this is from Icicle Man Isaac, notorious dick writer. Gulag pistols having red dots is the only meaningful change in this entire update. So see, this is a person like me who was making the same mistake I used to. I'm an enlightened being now, so I don't make this mistake anymore.
Are you?
Because before season 3, I would have totally agreed with this tweet. You're right. There was almost nothing meaningful in this update. But again, wrong. There's Rebirth Casual. That is the most meaningful possible thing they could have done, actually. But anyway, for the rest of us, Gulag pistols having red dots is the only meaningful change in this entire update. Meta hasn't changed at all. Balance changes for MW 2 and 3 weapons were completely inconsequential because they did buff some of those and it doesn't matter. I'm not using them. Krig/LC10 for another month. Yeah. So just to reiterate that point, this is what they're saying. Isaac would know. And that's, yeah, kind of a shame for the rest of us. Like no map changes at all, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, but again, nothing. Yeah, they can get away with it, and it doesn't matter because shitty players will play casual mode and be happy, and I mean, all the big streamers and World Series of Warzone competitors are just gonna play the game no matter what. So yeah, they can just do anything they fucking want, and it won't matter. Hope that helps. That's
true, and we're gonna find out how true that is shortly here. But anyway, this is a tweet from Metaphor. Okay. And this came upon my timeline, and I did a little giggling because I like Metaphor a lot. A lot of people don't like him at all because he's a very polarizing creator, we'll say. He's a K-Bam player,
yeah.
So he is naturally extremely embittered and touchy and annoyed all the time. And if I played Warzone K-Bam 12 hours a day, I would be too. So, and he's really good. But he plays I'm genuinely serious. I think he plays more Warzone than anyone on Earth. He has more hours played on Warzone than any human being alive. And he plays a lot of solos. And we got regular solos along with BR Casual at the same time with this update. So we have Warzone regular solos back. Metaphor tweeted this yesterday. I can't prove it, but I'm pretty sure there's bots in regular solos. I've never seen this many sub-level 30 accounts that literally have no idea what's going on, and they will never kill you unless you DC in front of them. Casual solos is like 130 bots and 20 players. What if regular solos is 130 real players and 20 bots? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, with everything I just said about how he's like bitter and all that, when I read this, knowing who he is, I was like, on the one hand, he would know because he's been level 1,000 for 9 months. He plays a lot. But on the other hand, this seems a little too crazy for me to believe. So I'm not sure what to think of this. But then I dove into the replies. I just dove into the replies. Huskers said, I noticed a ton of super low level accounts in my solos yesterday too. Scummin'. I said this yesterday. I think there's bots in quads also. I don't know if anyone knows this person, but Metaphor replied to them. BDS GUI. Goy? I don't know. I played solos and said the same thing. It's pretty blatant. And those are the only relevant people who replied.
Because if you don't have past them at all.
Yeah.
Put it past them. Sparrows is another big name. They have to have added them. I think it's queue time related. They let you queue for 2 to 3 minutes, then fill what's left with bots.
Interesting theory. So now I'm not sure what to think.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of people
so
that
everybody's
would know.
Thinking this. Yeah.
That's what they're saying.
And it would also be typical where this has been happening and somehow the devs did not even know. That's the other part. This could be intentional. They could be like testing things when queue times are long. Because nobody plays regular solos. You hear people complain about it on Twitter. But nobody plays regular solos at all. Like 100 people in the world queue for it at once. So they kind of have no choice but to fill it with bots. So one, they could be doing it and just kind of testing it and see how it goes. And two, they could have no fucking clue this is even happening because they're useless and shit. So it's kind of hard to say.
Yeah. It's hard to say, man. But, man, this is a lot of people. And also, like, seeing a sub-level 30... Because, okay, imagine Metaphor tells you, he starts a sentence and he says, I just queued for BR solos. I've been level 1,000 for 2 years. I'm in the highest possible SPMM bracket. I just queued for BR solos and I saw a guy who is level 22 non-prestige. What would your first thought be?
Cheater.
That guy's cheating. Obviously. But when he continues the sentence and he says, and he was the worst fucking player I've ever seen. That is not SBMM. Obviously. Like, they're not putting literal new players into fucking Metaphor's lobby. With all the other crazy cracked people in that lobby. It's not like it's just him. There's like no way that's happening unless, like you said, it's a genuine like glitch. And these people are either bots and that wasn't intended, or they're low-level accounts and that's unintended, like real players. I highly doubt that would happen. I highly doubt they would let new players accidentally go into fucking demon lobbies. So I really do have to think it's bots, because I also don't think he's fucking lying. He has VODs up. People would tell him, like, that's not true. If it wasn't, it is true. He wouldn't lie about it either. So how else do you explain it? Like, the more I think about this, these were bots, especially with all the other people confirming it. And that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Without telling people, while you have the bot mode in the game at the same time, is really fucking crazy. That's wild. Why? So then the real question is, like Tanner said, was this on purpose or was it an accident? Hey, bug or feature? No one knows. That's what I always fucking say. I've been saying that for 5 fucking years about this game. Bug or feature? Big ass question mark. Don't know. If I had to guess, feature, honestly. If I had to guess, it's a feature, and I think Sparrows is onto something. It's queue time related, because they're all about convenience and keeping you on. Your experience in the game doesn't really matter. As long as you're shooting your gun or whatever, you're happy because you're an ape. That's what they think of you. So, we'll just get them in there. Fuck it. Whatever. Oh, okay. We have bots now. We've been using them for a while. Let's do this. Because we are soon going to have bots in every mode anyway. So here's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
We're going to let people queue for 15 seconds. And if the lobby's not full, throw bots in there and get this shit started. Just get it started. And go. And no one will notice, by the way. No one will figure it out. Because they think so little of you. And that's what I think is happening. I think this is kind of like one of their little test runs for eventually getting rid of casual altogether and just having bots dynamically inserted into every single lobby on a scale, depending on your SBMM. I think that is what's happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty surprised to see it. Like, I wasn't expecting it, but now hearing about it, not surprising in the slightest. One bit.
Yeah.
But just not telling people is pretty crazy, man.
Yeah.
Hot take. Are you ready for a spicy red hot take alert?
Yeah.
By season 5, they finalize the plan. They take out casual modes altogether and dynamically start inserting bots.
Yeah, it could be.
I bet you by season 5.
I almost think they'd have to leave casual though still. Because if it ends up being like quads as only like 20, 30 bots, that's not enough for the casual shit can. So I think they'd have to leave both. But I could see starting season 5, season 6 as player numbers really start to dwindle that late in the life cycle. I can see them filling lobbies with bots to get faster queue times. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys know. And once they remove casual, they'll have to tell people why. So it's just crazy to me if this is on purpose that they just don't tell anyone. Like, that's so insane. But I mean, is it that surprising? So anyway. All right. This next thing is one of the funniest things I've seen in quite a while. Okay, so I saw this tweet. I retweeted this on my account. Some guy said, just so everyone is aware, World War II Game Pass is not safe at all. And then he ats some people, including himself for some reason. Okay, so it's just some random shitter fuck. But this has like a lot of traction. You know, 1.4K likes, 200 retweets. And there are other people talking about this, but this is the one I saw. And it was funny because there's a video that I'll share with you in a moment. And yeah, so I guess recently, maybe with the update, they put Call of Duty World War II on Game Pass, which was the Sledgehammer game from like 2017 or some shit. So it's not like super old, but it's not new. It's on Game Pass now. And there have been issues with COD on PC, particularly older ones, having like vulnerabilities.
I think literally all of them are like that now. Yeah.
Well, that's how it's looking, isn't it?
Almost any of them. Yep.
That's how it's looking, isn't it? So now I'm going to share this video with you. This is what really had me fucking howling. He replies to his own tweet with a video attached that we're about to watch. And he says, the video clip of it happening is here. And if you pause the video, right as the host migration happens, all of our names changed to the man who did it. I don't know why he says man. That's kind of weird. There was another tweet that explains it more, but I won't spoil the surprise. So let's make sure we have our listening ears on, okay? Because this is funny as fuck. So I'm going to press play in 3 seconds. Are you ready?
Okay, yep.
2, 1, go. Baker. So it's some guy playing World War II. Post migration.
I'm going.
I swear to God, come on.
Please no.
Oh my God, he got it, bro.
This is no way.
Fucking joking, cunt.
No way. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he fucking got it.
I don't think he did.
Oh.
What the fuck? Okay, yes.
Oh my God.
It's just
Yeah.
fucking. I just.
All positions secured.
My game's frozen. Game's frozen. It just opened up. It just opened up gay Pornhub on my second monitor.
Sam.
Oh.
It just opened up gay Pornhub. On my second. There was another tweet where he said that. I can't find it. There's another tweet where it was like, yeah, by the way. So like the hacker hacks him, takes control of his character. And his character's name fucking changes to Brawny AF. Got it. And then a notepad opens behind a command prompt, which is scary. If you know anything about computers, none of you do, that is scary to you. And the notepad says, Mark E. Mayer just RCE'd your ass. Please contact Mitchell Silberberg and NUP LLP. I don't know what an RCE is. I don't know what that means. But some hacker, because you're playing COD through Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass.
Code execution. It's a cyber attack.
Okay, well, they've been cyber attacks, clearly. Yeah. And so, yeah, it says that on the notepad. And then another tweet I had read. Oh, here it is. Also, it opened up gay porn on my second monitor. This one was obviously a troll, but if that is a thing, then nah. So luckily, this guy was not trying to fucking keylog your bank account information or something, but you could easily, I imagine, if you can do it this easily. Because keep in mind, this is like day one of World War II being on Game Pass, and they are opening up gay Pornhub on your second monitor. Day one. You queue for shipment, and all of a sudden there is gay Pornhub. That's such a fucking funny phrase on your second monitor. Got it. And
Yeah.
you didn't fucking torrent World War II and log into a custom server and have to use a fucking key cracker like I used to have to do back in the day. You simply own Game Pass and played one of the official COD games through Game Pass, who owns Activision, by the way, Microsoft. And they're opening gay Pornhub on my second monitor. I mean, it's just fucking insane and really funny. But this is, I mean, the absolute state of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck, it was so funny. Because the tweet made me laugh, and then the guy referring to it as gay Pornhub, I fucking freaked out. I couldn't handle it. It's so goddamn funny.
Yeah, I mean, they've been telling the devs about being, or like people have been talking about this for like literally years. Like so many of these old games are actually just unplayable. I think they're unplayable on console too. There are things they can do on console. I don't know how it works, but there's something when you go and play those old games there too. I thought maybe it is just PC, but I don't know. It's like all the old games without a server browser are like this.
Supposedly, at least in this case, console seems to be safe. That's what a lot of these replies were saying.
Okay.
But I mean, who knows how long that'll last, and who knows if that's true for the other ones. Yeah. So, just so you know, don't play a COD. Don't play any COD but BO6. Well, or that on your PC. Just don't do it.
Yeah.
Because this is also best case scenario hack. The guy's trolling. But like, yeah, imagine if they started keylogging you or some shit and you didn't know it. Like, they're in your computer. That's fucking scary. By the way, nothing like this has ever happened to me. And I've been to way more. I'm not like on the dark web or anything, but like I've been to torrent sites, lots of torrent sites. Nothing even remotely approaching this has happened to me before. And I've been to way sketchier places than Xbox Game Pass. Like, it's so fucking insane that they just allow this to happen. No QA departments anywhere. None to be found. So, fuck, it's funny. But yeah. So anyway, I mean, don't play World War II regardless, even if it's the safest thing on Earth.
Obviously, yeah.
It could have Fort Knox level cybersecurity and don't play it. Yeah, but anyway. And then what is this last thing we're looking at here, Tanner?
Oh, just a JGod tweet. It was kind of funny. It says pay to lose in Warzone, and it's a side-by-side and a little video of the Beavis and Butthead skin in a dark tunnel and a regular player skin that's black in a dark tunnel. And the Beavis and Butthead one like literally lights up. So, well, the other one blends in. So, you probably shouldn't be running this skin, by the way. Don't give them your money, obviously.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
You're gonna stick out like crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like your whole character model is just lit up. So, yeah, I mean, if you're actually like try-harding and want to do well, this is not the skin for you. It does not blend in. It's going to stand out like crazy on this map.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and you kind of could see that coming, to be fair, but it's really obvious and bad in this one, actually. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So actually, yeah, keep running them because then other players can kill you easily. So yeah, do it.
I don't think the bots rely on visual cues. Their input reading.
That's a good point. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You guys are all playing casual anyway, so you don't have to fight against real humans. So yeah, actually buy the skin and also run it. Yeah.
There you go. So, yeah. Yeah. So, you know, that's it. That's it for today's ep. Not really much going on. But again, I will say, kudos for doing Rebirth casual, because I'm sure, unironically, I'm sure a lot of people want that and are excited about that, and that's good, because they should be appealing to their player base. And also, kudos on them for this not being a super buggy update. It doesn't seem that that's the case, which is nice. We love to see that. But beyond that, I mean, if you don't play casual, there's nothing here for you. Yeah, like there's nothing at all to be excited about here.
Motherfuck no. Yeah, if you're not competing in the World Series of Warzone or you don't play casual mode, don't launch the game.
Yeah, unironically. As far as I'm concerned, yeah, and yeah. So, like I've been saying now for weeks, months, maybe, if you're not excited right now, I'll just say it again, and I'll continue saying it. It will not get better until the next integration. Period. There's not going to be anything to be excited about until the next integration, unless, and again, this is our one saving grace, our one hope. Break glass in case of emergency. The only thing for you people in that camp, like me, could hope for before the integration of next year, or whatever they do, is Vondel. If they bring back Vondel, or way less likely, a new good map, Resurgence map, because they're not going to give us a new big map this year, a good new Resurgence map, and or the return of Vondel. Those are the things that have a non-zero chance of happening before the integration to make the game fun for like the average player, most of you who listen to this show. That's the only thing that's going to get me excited before the next integration. Barring that, nothing realistic possible could happen. So we can hope for that, but let me also be clear, not likely. It is not very likely we get Vondel back before the next integration, and it is far less likely we get a new Resurgence map before the next integration. There have been no rumblings about this at all, and you probably would have heard about them by now. Yeah,
we're not even getting Verdansk map changes. Yeah, nothing's coming, nothing's happening. The game's dead.
That's what it's looking like. Yeah, and the player numbers on Steam reflect that, which are representative. So anyway, that's it. We'll be back on Saturday. Might have a surprise for you guys. We'll see. But yeah, that's it. So hope you enjoyed. And don't play COD World War II, because they might pull gay Pornhub up on your second monitor.
No, don't make me jerk off to gay Pornhub.
Well, yeah, I wonder if it was a dev that did that. I don't know. Activision devs just fucking suck.
Yeah.